Hi everyone, it's Karen and I'm back with my second design team project for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy for the month of November. And I will leave links to the Etsy shop and the other designers in the description box below. So please go and check out the shop. Kim has just listed some beautiful new laces and trims, and also check out the designers who are creating really inspirational and beautiful projects with products from her store. Join the Facebook group and the Instagram. The links will be there as well for that. And if you buy items from the store and you create things, share them in the Facebook group and tag us on Instagram. So this time for my project, I did a wall hanging. And what I did was I had a heavy piece of chipboard and I printed out this gorgeous digital download that I had purchased with the teddy bears on it. And this is printed on fabric. It's a silky, very beautiful fabric. And then behind it is some felt to give it some support. And so it's not just right directly on the chipboard at the back. And then I'll show you the back afterwards. It's all finished. Put a beautiful satin with a picot edged ribbon on the top here to hang it up. And then I used this gorgeous applique that was in my design team package. And I cut it all up and I used that all in pieces and pieced it together throughout on the edges to create this as part of creating this beautiful wall hanging. I did some embroidery work on the dresses themselves and in adding on the lace, and I'll go through that as well. And then I added the beautiful dangles, two of the dangles from my design team package, the shorter part of the peacock one and the longer dangles with the beautiful drop on them. They're so pretty. And then I also used, this was a trim in my design team package. That was this pretty greeny bluey trim that I had. And also this was one from a previous design team package. That was this pink one. And I used, you can see I used part of that, and I used part of it for her collar as well, just the little fan shapes. And this lace in here was a flat lace. I don't have any more, but it was similar to this one. This type of lace. It's a flat cotton, light cotton lace like this. And the edging on it was like what you see here. So what I did was I used French knots. I cut pieces of it and used French knots in, I used embroidery floss, 3 strands in a combination of blues and greens to kind of match her dress. And then I used little French knots to attach those onto her dress. And the same here, I did a little piece showing there. And then on this dress, I used the pink trim that I showed you, and I used little pink French knots to attach that on with. So there's a lot of stitching done on the fabric, not a lot of gluing. I had to glue, of course, the pearls down for their necklaces, and I had to glue the crown on. But a lot of the other details were stitched on, just to add more interest. And also I love doing, sitting and doing hand stitching. So it was nice enjoyment for me as well. So little French knots in the center and just a pink embroidery floss to hold those on. This little bow is stitched on with some embroidery floss. I just stitched it over a couple of times over top the bow to hold that on. And the same with this little bow. This little bow is done with some blue embroidery floss over top of the ribbon here. And then in behind it is more of that pretty trim with the blue and green flowers. And then all along her dress is the bluey greeny flowers. And it's all stitched on with little blue and green French knots. And then this is a little piece of trim from Kim's shop. It's at one of the tulle trims, and it has this lovely stitching on the edge. So I used that to make a little collar on her dress, and then just, that was the only thing I glued down, was that little bit of little pearly string there. And then for a little hat on her head, I have put some of these flowers from the flower trim. I just cut them and put them in there. And then I added one of the little bows from the bow trim and one of a little pearl from my pearl stash. The bow trim I had, I think last month, and it's this one. It's so cute. And I knew as soon as I saw it that I would be using it for little accents like that. And I have used it in some of my other projects I pointed out. So it is really cute. It's going to last me a long time, which I'll probably be really sad when I get near the end of it, and then I'll start hoarding it, as we all do. This crown in her head, it is from Kim's shop. I'm not sure she still has the crowns in because this is from a previous design team package, but I just loved it on her head there, and so I put that there. This is a little bit of the floral and leaves from this lace that was tied around my design team package. This is got a bit of a stretch to it, but it also has these beautiful florals, and then the leaves you can see coming off of them. So I just fussy cut them out of there, and I used that to create her little hat. And then I added a little flower from my stash, a little paper flower, and I just used some Mod Podge on it and put some sparkle on it. And then after it dries, I just reuse the watered down Mod Podge to secure the sparkle so it doesn't keep falling off. So around the edge is the ruffled tulle or pleated tulle, and she has this in many different colors in the shop, and it looks so pretty all the way around the edge. And then this is that applique that I cut up into all these pieces, and I put them in the four corners, and I cut all the little ferny pieces and the little leaves and things all separate from them as well, all the little golden leaves. I cut everything pretty much separate and then replaced it on how I liked it to look. Like here I wanted these little pieces to drape down here, and this leaf to come out here, and then another couple of leaves to come out up here. And then tucked in with these collections is flowers cut from this trim, which was in my design team package. This beautiful one here, which would be lovely, you know, cut in whole big pieces, but cutting it up individually is loads of fun too. So you get the big flowers and the individual little flowers. So I have added some of the little flowers, like I have a little one tucked here, a bigger one peeking out here, a bigger one peeking out here, and I just added some flat back pearls from my stash into the centers of those to add a little bit more sparkle. And then down at the bottom on this one, I reattached the ferns. I got a little white flower peeking out there, another little bit of glue strings, another one peeking out there, and then a bigger white one peeking out here at the bottom. And then I added in a fern, couple of ferns hanging out near the bottom to sort of add into the dangle. Same with this grouping of leaves. And then of course it's got that beautiful, the trim at the very bottom, the long one, is this one, this beautiful dangle trim. And what I did was I put it across the bottom of the wall hanging, so you can see there's like two, it fits right there, and these two are still showing. And then when I added the peacock trim, I cut just the drippings here, and I also cut this loopy piece off the top, so the loopy piece isn't here, and then I just attached it along this lace underneath, and I attached the peacock one on top so that it laid, it almost looks like I joined the two laces together. So you have the longer one and it's extending down the back, and then this is the peacock one and it's attached here with just a few spots of glue, and then it hangs down as well. So they almost look like one trim there, not two. And then the ruffled tulle is behind there as well, because I took that all the way around. And then I added some flat back pearls onto the peacock trim there, just to add in, again, bringing in the pearls and continuity throughout the piece. This is one of Kim's beautiful little pink and rhinestone hearts, and I added that to her little pearly necklace. And then I took the rhinestones that were in these flowers that originally, when it arrived to me, I took them out and I put these flat backs in that Kim had sent me. These are the little acrylic ones that look with little pearls and rhinestones. I added those in the centers, and then the one in the corner here, I added one of her beautiful puffy pearly and rhinestone hearts. I just thought that they elevated it a little more with the bling, which is what I really thought was so pretty on this wall hanging. I just can see this hanging in a child's room, and if they love teddy bears and love dressing up their teddy bears, how much fun that would be. And the back is all completely finished. It has a piece of that felt on the back, and then it has this flat lace that I have in my stash. And this is a bit of a vintage cotton lace that was on the edge of a runner, and I had cut it off when I used the fabric in the runner for something else. I kept it, and it looked beautiful on here. And I edged it so that the edge of this lace was a bit visible behind the tulle on the front. It might be hard to see on camera, but you can sort of see that lace peeking out along the edges here and at the top. And I just thought that was kind of a pretty finish to that. That is my second design team project for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy for the month of November. And I am busy making lots of Christmas ornaments, of course, for the Santas for Senior that I'm involved with every year. We give gift packages to all the seniors in the care facilities. So this is another one of the Christmas ornaments I've created. And I think the next video I'll show you several that I have created. Each time I come on, this time I just wanted to show you. This is a really pretty one. This is a doily originally from one of Kim's doily packs. This is some loops that I made from a trim that I had, that I actually showed you how I made these loops in another video when I did a flower, that I showed that it was part of a trim, and I had trimmed it off and not used it, but I absolutely do not throw anything away. And this is where I use these beautiful loops to create this sort of snowflake flower effect, and then some other trims from my stash, and then one of the blings from Kim's shop. This was an older bling that she had, but I still had one left. And then on this beautiful piece, which is from Kim's shop, which of course is on this wall hanging as well, I have hand stitched on some little crystally beads, little 11-0. They're tiny little beads with some tiny little sequins in silver, and added that on to the drop that comes off of this. And it's all mounted on one of those little wooden discs. I think it's about 2.5 inches across. And then I just added a little bit of a piece of lace and one of Kim's silver heart blings on the back. All my ornaments are finished on the back as much as I can. I just think that no matter how you see them, if you see them through the tree, I still want them to look beautiful. So that is another one of the ornaments that I've made. And of course, Kim's laces and trims and bling have come into play big time in creating these lovely ornaments. There's the wall hanging. I hope that you enjoyed seeing that creation. And if you're interested, it will be available for purchase. You can contact me through my email in the description box. And thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. You're such a fantastic group of ladies, and I appreciate you all so very, very much. And I hope that you are all enjoying getting ready for the festive season that is coming up on us very quickly, and that you're in good health. And I wish you all well. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.